Good evening, everybody across the nation and around the world. This is the NECA King, and we are here tonight to do the thing that I never thought that I would do, to do the unboxing that I said I never would unbox. Today, we are here to examine and give a good faith review of Grammy April. Yes, I broke the boycott. I crossed my own picket line, and I got myself a Grammy April.
I am calling for a 40-day fast from Target.
Don't get too excited. Right out of the gate, there's a few things. But before we do that, I decided that in good faith, I'm going to give you 5 reasons to buy Grammy April. I'm going to give you 5 reasons to buy this thing, and then we're going to talk about how I really feel. Right off the bat, the box art is absolutely incredible. It keeps with the Last Ronin style, but incorporates the sort of bright sunshine orange yellow that April's always wearing. The box is beautiful. The side profiles are great. I love the painting with the baby turtles. Just the color is so strikingly different than the other Last Ronin stuff. And it just plays well. Great display figure with the baby turtles flanking April. It is great for inbox people. Then also the baby turtles themselves. Okay, I like them. They've grown on me. They could have a little more articulation, and they could honestly be a little bigger and chunkier, but you get what you get. They grew on me, and I like them. That's number 2. Number 3 is April herself. The sculpt is incredible. I call this Sarah Connor April. She looks like she has been through some shit. She looks like she picked up on all of Donnie's mechanical knowledge. And I like this little touch. I don't know if this is done on purpose. I don't know if this is part. That's a familiar foot. That's a familiar. Where'd that foot come from? Where'd that foot come from? Is it over? Yeah. Is that Metalhead's foot? Is April wearing Metalhead's foot? If that's the case, then that's a really cool touch. But the whole sculpt is awesome, and April herself, actually an amazing figure. Number 4, I like the Walkman. It's a great accessory. What do you want? I wish I had more accessories, but at least the ones we got are good. Except for the wrench. Got a little oil can. It's pretty nice. I love the pens. I love the sculpting of the pens. Very nice touch. Looks great. If you're a completionist, number 4 is, your completionism. You need this. They're starting a new mural with the painting on the side. And if you want to have a complete collection, you're going to have to get this. Wait, what was number 5? So now that I've given you 5 reasons to buy this figure, let's just do a little bit of comparison, okay? This is a $50 figure, and it comes with this. Okay, people are saying it's a 3-pack. I will respectfully stand by my position that that is not a 3-pack. Those are very small turtles. And there's a history of figures that have been released with smaller figures alongside it. We can just start off by taking a look at another ultimate of this character, and just kind of side-by-side comparison the accessories that came with that, which came out for $30, and this, which is coming out for $50. So here we are compared to the Mutant Interest Story April and all of its accessories. And when all of this was in the box, it seems like a lot more. I mean, you do get 2 head sculpts, you get a couple of different weird plants, you get a couple of different microphones, one's connected to a tape recorder, you get a book, you get a statue, you get tons of hands, a little framed picture, a capture device so you can make your captured April with, and then one of my favorite accessories of all time, a little turtle communicator. But when I see it all together, it's actually kind of, when you look at the amount of plastic, and then you have these two, they are articulated, not very articulated, but they're there. It's not a bad side-by-side comparison. It's just that this costs $20 more coming out than this did, and that doesn't exactly match inflation. So there's something else going on here. I still stand by my point that this is setting up for the $50 Ultimate, and the standard of having, a little bit less for more. But once you have them stacked up next to each other, it's not that much different when it comes to like raw material. And these guys they're growing on me. They're very cute. But I still haven't taken Grammy April out of the box yet because I'm still planning on either returning it or selling it on to somebody else. So I'm still not convinced, but let's compare it to another figure and see. Filmed a couple other segments with these other figures that are figures that came with other figures, just to kind of size them up. And I compared them. They're all two line for some reason, but I ended up saying the same thing in all of them. So I'm just editing it down. Basically, it's that when you see these things out of the box, they are pretty similarly weighted to what you get in the box with the April. It's definitely less with the April, and it costs more. But when you really put them up against one another, it's not too stark of a difference. You can kind of, sometimes like this was the biggest difference. But I ended up loving this figure. I'm gonna do a whole other video on this figure, even though it has a broken gun because it was a blind box thing. Fucking Muckman and Joe Eyeball. It's just like such an underrated piece of artwork over here, especially with the toxic ooze sludge that you get. It reminded me of the toxic ooze that I remember in the can when you were a kid. I think it costs like $400 on eBay now to get this ooze in the jar, but Muckman came with it. I'm doing a whole separate episode on this guy. This is awesome. Anyway. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is really a dope figure. I have to say, if you want to spend $50 on it, go ahead and spend $50 on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and spend $50 on it now. I might pass this on to somebody else, or I might even take it back. I'm not sure. I'm not going to open it right now. I'm going to keep it in my little stash of unopened treasures. But it is a really amazing figure. I have to say, as far as the painting goes and everything, I love it. I do love it. I just wish it was normal priced. I wish we weren't heading to something that was even more expensive. But I guess, that's just the way it is. That's how everything is going now. You can't even get eggs, at the fucking store that we get our food out. They have, egg rationing. It's like a high-end grocery store. They have egg rationing. It's crazy. But we do live in very interesting times, and it's very interesting that we choose to spend our money on this plastic garbage. But hey, it makes us happy, right? Anyway, this is hopefully a more in-depth and in good faith review of the Grammy April. It is a great figure. It's beautiful. The box is beautiful. Ben Bishop's art is transcendent. It takes me back to a whole different time in my life when Ninja Turtles was actually important and relevant. Today I spent about 45 minutes playing Turtles in Time with my son, and we were beating the crap out of foot soldiers, and he was getting real excited about taking on the bosses at the end of the level. And it took me back to a time 35 years ago when I was a young man. That Black Sabbath lyric, long ago I wandered through my mind in a land of fairy tales and stories. Lost in happiness, I knew no fears. Innocence and love was all I knew. And that's what this represents. Every time we buy one of these things, we're trying to recapture that moment.
But I kept thinking about, nostalgia. You remember something in the past, and it feels good, but it's a little bit painful, like when you were a kid.
And today I got it in a very organic way through playing Turtles in Time with my son, but also we love this stuff too. And I'm not trying to tell anybody how to collect. I'm just trying to warn. I'm trying to be, what is it? The Silver Surfer. Galactus sends the Silver Surfer and tells the world that he's going to consume him. I came and tried to tell you about the $50 Ultimate. And here we are. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe these things are so well crafted and so cool, and there takes so much time and care and love that goes into each one of these things just to get thrown in a blind box later on. Maybe I am underselling things. Maybe these should be taken less for granted, but also when they pump out like 10 of them a month, you kind of want a little value there, so mixed feelings about it, but that's the way it is. It's a beautiful product. It is what it is. It represents the new normal. And we have the $50 Ultimate, just like the NECA King said. Hey, you might think that my takes are controversial. You might not like what I'm saying, but I am going to be right. If you just wait like 3 or 4 months, I'm usually right, okay? And here we are with a $50 Ultimate, more proof that the NECA King is always right. Guys, I love you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving me all the attention. And alley-oop, I will catch you guys later, hopefully with a little more money and a little less plastic. Have a good night. Bye.